This is The Process Shot. I'm Michael. I'm stuck in a haunted movie theater, and I've seen Fire and Ice, a high fantasy adventure movie from 1983 directed by Ralph Bakshi. It follows the battle between a citadel based on a volcano and a prince with ice powers that threatens their safety. This war seems one-sided and futile, and the stakes only grow when the Princess Tigra is kidnapped by subhuman troops of the evil ruler. While she escapes, she's not alone out there, meeting Larn, a survivor of the prince's attacks. Though they grow close, they are separated and Tigra is captured again, leading Larn to try and rescue her. With the help of a mysterious loner named Darkwolf, Larn must now rescue Tigra from the Ice Ruler's clutches, and in the process, he will perhaps set in motion the path towards bringing this war to an end. That's probably a bad explanation, but the gist is pretty clear. It's a conflict between good and evil, with clearly defined lines between who's right and who's wrong. There doesn't need to be much in the way of world building or character development because of this simplicity. The movie basically begins and ends with the expectation that you will question nothing about these events and just accept and roll with whatever goes on. At least, I'm pretty sure that this is what's going on. I'm just saying there's not really any sort of traditional development going on outside of whatever is given to us within a scene. There's some narration at the beginning, and then it's up to you to figure out the names of characters as they're said out loud. Even a montage of Larn and Tigra working together to survive is all that we get to see the two growing close. But again, that's pretty much the trade-off between style and substance in this movie, and there is certainly a good amount of the former going on. Overall, though, I would say that unlike other movies that want you to try and figure out things on your own, there are so many familiar elements here that it's almost impossible to be surprised by whatever's going on. And the focus is instead seeing it all come together within a setting that is fully larger than life. Hell, it wouldn't even surprise me at all if the story was written just to show off the grandness and impossibility of the fire and ice citadels. On that note, the film's visuals are also an example of the choice of style over substance. Every character is rotoscoped, giving them a somewhat eerie sense of realism and fantasy in one go, with smooth movements and flowing action contrasted against their relatively flat color palettes, which are, in turn, made more clear against the detailed backgrounds. That's just how animation works in general, sure, and there are a few points where the animation does still blend in well, but it sticks out more often than not. In any case, the greater art design of the movie is, again, full of fantastical settings and environments, making them places you'd like to escape into as much as you'd want to avoid their dangers. The film's score adds to this atmosphere with a few sweeping melodies, though it's not really anything that stuck out in my memory. Still, it rounds out the general viewing experience and cements the greater fantasy feeling. Overall, I'd guess that this stab at fantasy storytelling is entirely the point of the film, making for an accessible story with little investment for the viewer outside of sheer enjoyment and escapism. There's not much in the way of thematic or even story substance, but this movie shows that all you really need are the basics, though obviously you also need to use them well. Fire and Ice, Ralph Bakshi, 1983. 3 stars. I'd go ahead and recommend seeing it yourself. That's it for this review. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. Yeah, really not too much to say about this movie when you boil it down. I kind of feel like I'm just repeating myself in this one. Then again, I mostly just feel like I need to get started on making shorts for this channel.